us have grown up in a world we function daily through the natural mind.
And this is why we have always heard expressions such as, it's difficult, I can't, I'm poor, I'm sick, I'm suffering from this disease, the situation is getting harder every time.
All these phrases represent a way of thinking, because the mouth speaks of the abundance of the heart. And all of this is what we have heard around us for years.
Not only have we heard it, but we believe it. We have said it. We have settled for what we see and what this society and our parents were able to give us.
And for centuries, the world has lived according to what is seen, according to the natural mind, to traditions, to religion, to what the media communicate to us.
But one day we were impacted by a teaching, a science, which renewed our mind, which broken the schemes and tradition and taken off a veil of ignorance.
That day, something spectacular was activated in us, the mind of Christ, a completely different way of thinking and seeing things.
The mind of Christ was communicated to us, the way God thinks, the way God sees things, and the way how God sees us. The mind of Christ was communicated to us.
And that day, we began to see ourselves as God sees us, perfected, justified, sanctified, precious treasures loved by God.
It was clear to us that we are not earthly, but celestials, created, chosen, and taught by God from before the foundation of the world, that we are God's.
And that day, the veil of religion, the schemes and traditions were removed from us, and we began to discover our eternal heritage, that we already are, that we already have, and we didn't know it.
We understand that we are rich, the poverty ended at the cross, that we have the right to live healthy and prosperous in everything, without fear, without sin, without devil.
We realize that we have an army of angels at our service, and that we succeed where others fail. God takes us in triumph.
It began to change the way we speak. We declare ourselves blessed, more than conquerors, always in a good mood, governing over the weaknesses of our flesh.
In other words, the most wonderful thing is activated in us, the mind of Christ. And thanks to that mind, we grow in a spiral in grace because we have the mind of Christ.